All right, everybody. Want to welcome everybody to Sports Fan Talk on GLX Sports. I am your gracious host, Big G.
And I am the player partner, Raider Mike, even though we ain't on football right now. But anyway, that's why.
Everybody.
Once in the house,
everybody
once again,
to Sports.
Big Shann.
Yeah, you know, it's your boy, the architect.
Well, you can just call me Laker Mike after Saturday.
Oh, here we go. Starting up.
Oh, I can't wait to get to
Starting up,
that
everybody.
segment. I can't wait.
I got to get you on that one. I had Gregory, you've been siding all this time. I had to get it.
Oh, that's all right.
Hold on.
The standings are still the way they are. But
I know we ain't
the
going
first thing we're going to roll into, we're going to talk about those Warriors. We're going to see what's going on with them, man. Something's going on. Something's wrong. We got to try to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? Raider Mike, since you got someone, Laker Mike, excuse me, for one night.
Yeah.
Since you want to talk about your 9th place, 10th place team or whatever they are, go ahead.
9th place. I think we're in 9th place.
Let's lead us in. What's wrong with my Warriors, man?
Well, what's wrong with your Warriors is you don't have the heart and soul of their team playing is Draymond Green. You need Draymond Green on that court, and you need Wiseman to get healthy. And I think they just really that's why I think that's really injuries. The injuries is the problem for the Warriors, and also, you know how they bring in Clay in slow, but that'll play itself out. It'll smooth itself out because sometimes when you do that, you know, you kind of mess up the flow of the team. But I think he's been scoring, so I think Draymond Green is the missing piece. That's the defense. That's the captain that steered the ship, regardless of the fact he's not the best player on the team, but he is the heart and soul of the team. And I think when Draymond Green come back, then the Warriors will be back. I was just joking about the Laker thing. We ain't going nowhere. We might ain't even make the playoffs. LeBron gonna have to go for 56 every night or something for us to make the playoffs. So as far as I'm concerned, the Warriors, they're fine. Every team slumps in here and there, but shoot, I wouldn't mind having that problem. They got depth, they got talent. So their talent is gonna get them over anyway. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. That's what I say. Okay.
I'm in agreement with you because I feel like, Draymond Green, he's a straw that stirs the drink. You know what I mean? Like when he's out there on the court, they're the number 2 defense in the league. You know, right now, defense can't stop anybody. Everybody's scoring on us. You know what I mean? He's like he's the point guard on the defense. You know what I mean? On offense, he's the point forward. So he's a major part. Plus, like you said, he's the heart and soul. He's the one that when you go to war, you want a guy like that in the trenches with you. So he's not there. And like you said, we're slowly integrating Clay. You know what I mean? He still doesn't even have his legs. He doesn't – his game isn't even the same as it usually is. He's doing a lot more dribbling and passing, and he's turning the ball over. So once we can get him to catch and shoot, you know what I mean, and then drive every now and then just to keep people honest, I think we'll be fine. You know what I mean? Besides that, we have a very intelligent coaching staff. You know what I mean? I think they're not showing their hand either. You know what I mean? I think they can make all these changes now to kind of right the ship, but we're in a good position. You know what I mean? We're in the number 2 slot. Although how long that may be, I don't know, because the Grizzlies are only a half game behind us and they're right on our ass.
Yeah.
We're 2-7 in our last 9. So I don't know how long we'll be able to hold it down like this, but I think we'll be all right going forward.
Yeah, when Iguodala come back too, that's another defensive presence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we'll be all right. What do you think about it, Shan?
Yeah, we lost 4 in a row. You know what I mean? And bringing Clay back slowly is what we need to do because we're going to need him in playoff times and whatnot. The team was different in the beginning because the bench was doing their thing and whatnot, But a big part of that was Draymond, like coaching the cats on the floor, tell them what they need to do, when they need to calm down. It's nice to have a little player coach in the game, So I think we'll be okay. It's just, since you're one of the top dogs, everybody's coming after you. So the media starts talking right away what's going on with the Warriors. We just came off a losing season, deservedly so. But everybody expects us to be right back where we were with Clay coming back. But, the man was off for a year and so. You know what I mean? Like, how many of us could take a year or some off from any job and just come back and be producing right like where we left off? It's not happening.
Shit. Yeah.
Especially,
Yeah, that was
especially with the injury that he had, like almost back to back, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we'll be all right, man. You know, I think now's the time though for them cats on the bench that really want to have some market value after life, after the Warriors really need to take this opportunity and step up, man, whether Draymond's there or not, you know, because beforehand, Peyton was doing this thing on defense. We had Poole, we had Toscana, everybody was doing their thing. You know what I mean? But now that Clay's back and we're trying to, you know, get everything working, to your point, Kerr's like, hey, man, we're okay, man. I know what we got. We got more depth than any team out there in the league right now. So it's not a big thing for us. And they're 3-time champions, 5-time appearances. So it's not nothing to worry about, man.
Yep, I agree. You know what I
You
mean?
have to focus on defense.
Yep. Yeah. Then young architect, bring us home.
Simply put, we're in a slump. Everybody's in a slump, and it starts at the top with Steph. Yeah, he was in a slump before Draymond got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just shooting wise, and I think, and he's kind of, if realistically, his slump, he's kind of picked up the pace, but he's kind of been in a shooting funk all season. Like, because I think the big pressure was him breaking the record, but once he got it, I mean, now I figured he would relax a little bit more, but. Don't get me wrong, he still has his nights where he shoots well, but more often than not, especially more recently, he hasn't played to the best of his abilities, you know? Like, I feel like something, regardless of whether Draymond comes back, Wiseman's healthy, all that, and our bench is playing well, we very much feed off of Steph, how well he's playing. Like, if he's playing bad, I mean, the rest of the team really probably isn't going to play that well. Jordan's Poole is a nice little spark plug. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to get him a little bit more involved as like how we did with Iggy when Iggy was like our legit 6-man. Just like getting him in, not necessarily leading the second unit, but being that catalyst in the bridge to be like, okay, when he checks in, you know, is the bench players, they got to get in their mind, like, it's time for us to boogie too. And I think honestly, I think at the end of the day, the Warriors are still my favorites to come out of the West. So I don't think won't be nothing too crazy.
I don't know, man. It scares me a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think I was telling you, I'm not really scared of Phoenix, man. I think we can get them.
No, I'm scared of Memphis. I don't care about Phoenix.
I got it.
I think Memphis, man. Memphis is the team that scares me the most.
Absolutely. Yeah. But they're young and hungry, and being completely honest, and I said this last year when they beat us in the play-in. In a 7-game series, Memphis can't hang with the healthy Warriors team.
I don't think so either, but
they'll put up a fight.
Superstars scare me. You know what I mean? Ja Morant, that dude.
Ja Morant is Ja Morant is he's a different kind of man, bro.
Yes, indeed.
He still got to worry about Steph, Clay, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, like, you know what I'm saying? Versus the Grizzlies, you can kind of focus in on Ja Morant. Versus with the Warriors, you can't really do that.
And you figure too, like Steph slump, you know, he's getting double teamed at the minimum. You know what I mean?
Steph gets double teamed at half court. Yeah. So I'm there with you.
That's an opportunity for a youngster to step up and like they're at least open. You know, it's like they got to make shots. They got to.
Everybody's in a slump right now. That's just what it is. We'll get out of it though, for surely.
Yes, I agree. Now, next up, I guess we got to talk about this other team, little Lakers. You know what I mean? My man, Laker Mike for the night. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it. We're going to let you lead off again, man. You know what I mean? Tell me something about your boys, man. Like,
well, I'll tell you.
I mean, that one game means something, but let's talk about the overall picture.
I'll tell you like this. We got what is it, 20 games left or 19 games left? We have to win every night. We in a must win just about every night just to even see if we can make the playoffs. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that because LeBron is a great player. Westbrook is a great player, but LeBron wants to be the coach and a player. And I think at this point, LeBron needs to realize that he's going to have to need to turn that chain of command over to running that offense over to Westbrook and let him penetrate and find the open shooters and go to the basket. And I think if we're able to if LeBron lets him do that, we'll make the playoffs. If he does not, we're not making the playoffs, because LeBron is a great player. I love you, LeBron, but you're not Magic Johnson. So there's only one Magic Johnson. Only one Wizard Kelly.
Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
And there's only one Magic Johnson. There's one Wizard Kelly, and the crowd.
Wizard Kelly.
So that's Magic Johnson / Wizard Kelly. So I'm just saying this. LeBron is going to have to let Westbrook run this offense, and then he'll be the first
Westbrook,
option.
huh?
Yeah, but he'll be the first option. Then when Anthony, getting hurt, Davis come back, maybe he's the first option, LeBron the second, but then Russell
Mr. Glass
third. But I just think that if we can do that and turn our defense up, our defense is pretty good. But if LeBron can just buy into that instead of trying to run everything and take up everything, because he's messing up everything by doing that. LeBron, I hope you listen. I hope you can watch this YouTube thing. You might learn something. Just because you're the best player on the team doesn't mean that you're above the team and that you can run everything the way you want to. You can't run it like that, man. We just can't have it. Just like when Tyronn Lue told you, when you try to run the team, you know what happened when he said, "Nigga, shut up."
He did.
Yeah.
And this is what Frank Vogel, but whatever, the coach needs to be able to say that, but he ain't.
No, hell no.
But he needs to say that to save our season, because that's the only way we're gonna make this playoffs, and that's all I gotta say.
Okay, young architect, what you got on it?
I agree with Mike. I think Russ should be the main ball, like the main person with the ball as far as driving that offense. Because if you look at it, when he was with Washington, Bradley Beal didn't take the ball up the court. It was Russell Westbrook that was carrying all those duties. And Russell Westbrook, arguably the Wizards were pretty good last year with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal in the backcourt. Even in OKC, I mean, as much as Kevin Durant hated it, when Russell Westbrook, he was toting that rock. I'm just saying it was a better flow to the game. Because, everywhere Russell Westbrook goes, I saw this stat the other day. Everywhere Russell Westbrook goes, their best player has their best scoring year. LeBron is averaging 29 this year. That's the best. That's the best I think he's averaged in a while, if not his best. So, I mean, if you allow Russell Westbrook to be Russell Westbrook that we all know, I'm not saying he got to get a triple-double every night, but, he can get you 20 and 10. But he got to do it his way. Right now, Russell Westbrook is playing to LeBron's likeness. He's not playing to Russell Westbrook. He's not playing like Russell Westbrook at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Frank Vogel or whoever, somebody, even Russell, he gets something like, bro, this is what I got to do. Like, I know what I have to do to help contribute to the team to the best of my ability. I think that should be a conversation that needs to be had. Don't get me like Mike said, don't get it twisted. LeBron obviously is the best player on the team. But nigga, even Jordan had John Paxson and Steve Kerr bringing up the ball. You feel me?
And BJ Armstrong.
Shit, Kobe had Derek Fisher and Jordan Farmar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have when players know their roles, that's when you're gonna have that success. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Young. What about you, Big Shann? What you got on it?
I agree with what everybody's saying, man, because, when you have two leaders, you don't have a leader. You know what I mean? Because, if LeBron's not trusting in Westbrook to do what he needs to do, then Westbrook's getting frustrated because he feels he can't contribute, right? And then so it's just like, look, LeBron, we know you can score when you want to. You know you can make things happen, but you're also not letting things happen if you're not trusting your players' ability.
That's the line 39.
So it's like, bruh, step back, let him do his thing, man. You know what I mean? And you'll see better results. I mean, yeah, you're getting your points, but that could go back into the Kobe thing where I got 49 points, but your team still lost.
Hey.
No, I'm just saying. We're What's good? What's the point of you leading the team if you're still losing though? You're not really leading the team, man. Like you could be a winner and have the least amounts on the team as long as you win. The end goal in basketball, any sports, is to win. And sometimes you got to take a back seat in order to be a good leader. You know, like Westbrook having problems is because him and LeBron ain't seeing a shared vision. Like LeBron's like, this could be my last year here. We won it last year. Some people say it might have been a little fluke because of COVID and whatnot. And then everybody's waiting for Anthony Davis to come back. But it's just like, man, you got to play with what you got. And you guys got to figure out what the leadership is right now for when he does come back. Because if you don't have it figured out by the time he comes back, you're still going to have these same problems that you're having. So, you know, that's my take on it, man. You know.
All right. Guess I can wrap this one up. For me, I don't know, man. Like, say let Westbrook bring the ball up. I mean, I don't know how many Laker games you guys been watching, or have you seen the Russell Westbrook highlights? But
The low lights of him turning the ball over.
yeah, I mean, he's out of control, man. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, if you're an athletic person and your skill level is like, there's certain people where your skill level's up here, your athleticism's up here, your athleticism up here, and your skill level's down here. I think Russell's here. You know what I mean? His athleticism is what always got him over in the league, and his tenacity. So just a better athlete than a lot of people. So when it comes now, when he's a step slower, and he's trying to do those same things, it doesn't work. I've seen him get to the rim and he can't finish because he doesn't have the legs that he used to have. You know, and LeBron, I've seen several times where Russ has done something and LeBron's kind of just like, man, he missed a shot. LeBron looking like, God dang. And then he go on defense. And LeBron's a lot of time, his man is the one scoring on the other end because he's walking back down court. So I think it's a thing where it's just a bad fit. It's not that LeBron's, you know, too ball dominant or anything. Because LeBron, he can handle the ball and he's an intelligent basketball player, so he makes the right decisions.
He ain't
so
Magic.
He's not Magic, but he never was Magic. He never tried to be Magic, but he is the dude that got the Cleveland Cavaliers to the freaking championship, 5 years in a row, something like that? I mean, the guy can take a band of nothing. That man can turn chicken shit into chicken salad. You know what I'm saying? So
that nigga can't turn water, grapes into wine though.
Bro, I saw you guys line up the other night when you played us. I was embarrassed by the Warriors the other night. I was looking at the Lakers play, man, and I can't see you guys beating anybody in the playoff series with that team. Like when Anthony Davis comes back, yeah, of course, you'd be better.
For like 2 games?
You know, if he comes back to full strength, you know, the Lakers would be something to deal with. But as is, I was looking at that. Man, I guarantee you the Warriors didn't make any adjustments. They didn't do anything to me where they wanted to win the game. They played it out like a regular game, man. They didn't tweak anything. I mean, bruh, I don't know. I'm proud you guys beat us, but I would say in a 7-game series, man, it would be 4-1 at the best.
You know I mean, everybody knows that, but you know, it is what it is.
Because I'll say it like this, right? So even if the Lakers, because they're 9th seed, so they're in the play-in right now. If they were to win the play-in, I think they'd play the 1 or the 2 seed. They'd either be playing the Suns or the Warriors as the standings ended today. So I mean, shit, you know,
we going out with a bang.
Yes. Glad to see Auntie Cynthia joining us from Japan.
Hey,
in the house.
Shout out Japan.
Yes. But that'll wrap it up on the Lakers, man. I think, you know, bottom line, once you guys get Davis back, man, you could put a scare into somebody. So now we're kind of going to get into maybe an obscure topic because none of us are Chicago Bulls fans. None of us really follow them like that. But they're a team on the rise, man. A team that may be contenders, maybe something to be reckoned with in the East. You know, so every now and then we're going to approach a team, a topic, or something just to kind of, you know, spice things up because we're very local dominant. So moving out to Chicago, let's see, Shann, what do you think about that team? Are they for real? Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? What's going on?
I mean, you know, Ball, he's a player, man. You know what I mean? But right now they got some injuries going on and whatnot, you know, that they got to deal with. But I mean, they just lost what, 4 in a row like us, you know, but it's a better Bulls team than you've seen in a while. You know what I mean? They got a nice healthy roster when they're healthy. You know, they could win games, they got playmakers, you know, it's just a question of like their health status, you know, and then, you know, in the East, there's opportunity in the East. Let's be real. You know what I mean? And so they can be contenders if they just stay healthy. You know, it looks like they're starting to get a game plan. Like I said, Lorenzo Ball starting to, you know, get his little mojo. He's
Lonzo.
Lonzo. Lonzo, before you turn off the lights.
Casanzo Ball.
You know, but, you know, there's getting the leadership out of him that they want to get and whatnot. So they know what they got with the roster that they got. It's just a question if they could stay healthy.
Okay. You know, I think they got a superstar in DeMar DeRozan. That man averaged 35 points in 7 straight games with over 50% shooting percentage, which broke Wilt Chamberlain's old record, man. So
that man broke the Chamberlain record.
That man's doing it from a 2-guard position, shooting 50% from the field. So they definitely got him. Like when Ball gets back in the mix, they'll be cool. But then they also got Zach LaVine. You know what I'm saying? That dude, he's a baller. He's definitely a dog. And then people be sleeping on the little slam dunk champ, man. Oh, Derrick Jones Jr., man. Dude is a highly athletic defensive player. You know what I mean? He gets up and down the court. He gets steals. He's like what I like to call a junkyard dog. Do a little bit of everything. You know, give you some rebounds, gonna get you some steals. You know what I mean? Just defend the other team's best player. You know what I mean? So they got some pieces. And in the East is competitive. And you got Milwaukee, they're gonna be there. Like I said last week, a lot of people sleeping on the Heat. They'll be there. Celtics will be there. And I even said the Nets. Once the Nets get Durant, they did get Durant back, but once they stop all these little protocol things, I think Kyrie's going to be able to play in the home games when it comes to the playoffs. You got them, and then you got the 76ers. So, I mean, the East is loaded, man. It's going to be some upsets, but the Bulls will be right there. You know, they'll be a team to be reckoned with. DeMar is going to win some games in some series for those guys. So
absolutely.
We'll see what's up. You know what I mean? Architect. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to let you go last on this one because this was your topic. Laker Mike. What do you got?
Chicago, you know, their record really ain't that good off of playing good teams, though. You know that, right? I mean, they're really not that good when they play a playoff team or, you know, they what is it, like 0-13, something like that. I was reading. It's something like
against the top 3 teams.
Yeah, them top 3 teams, they're not, I mean, they're a rising team. Don't get me wrong. They'll go to the playoffs and they'll put up a fight in the first round with somebody, but they're not going to win. They may win 2 games. I'll say they win 2 games in the first round and they're going to be on that boat fishing. You know, Jack and Kenny and, you know, and Charles Barkley, they're going to be on that boat with them.
They have the fishing hats, huh?
But I do think that they have a good team. They got a good young nucleus, and then Via got some players from us. You know, we gave a ball. That was getting LeBron and Anthony Davis and all that stuff. So, but I think all in all, I think the Bulls are an up and coming team. I think they're a year ahead of schedule, and I think they'll be better next year. They'll go deeper next year, but this year it's just too many good teams in the East. And that's just going to be a tune-up game from one of those teams. And, you know, they may put up a fight, but the fight is going to be over fast.
Oh, so you're saying pretender.
They are pretenders. They're not contenders. Not yet. Maybe next year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Shan. I didn't ask Shan. You saying pretender or contender?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You know,
I said pretender or contender, my friend.
I say pretender, you know what I mean?
Okay.
They working it out, man.
All right. Myself, I put a lot of positive influence on them, but I say pretender also. Now, architect.
All right.
Bring it home, man.
you listed a lot of names on that roster, but I think you forgot, and Mike alluded to this too. Forgot one player on that team, man, who also is a junkyard, who is a dog, a straight up dog. That boy Alex Caruso.
Yeah,
Oh
he's a dog.
no, not
But
No,
they got
Caruso.
him from
yeah,
us. He's
hey,
a
yeah, and
hustler. He's a
they snatched
defender
him
and
up
he
from the
hustles.
Lakers, and he is just a part. He's very much a part of that team as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
saying? You may not want to give it to him, but or whatever. But Alex Caruso is playing well this year, really,
Is
really
he?
good this year, actually. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You figure
Shit.
him and Ball got that chemistry.
One of the most underrated centers, in my opinion, is Nikola Vucevic, who was a dog in my Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Bulls overall, I can't even say enough about DeMar DeRozan, man. He's showing everybody that he's still that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because he took people kind of wrote him off when he was in San Antonio and he was, he even admitted to it. He was kind of hurt, by the trade with the Raptors. But I mean, shit, man, DeMar
Plus,
DeRozan
and
is a
Popovich
dog.
has that system, man. It didn't allow him to really shine either.
Yeah, they had that man playing power forward. Like, what? No, come on now. I get small ball, but nah.
Yeah.
But right now, DeMar DeRozan is showing that he's still very much a great basketball player in this league, regardless of whether his biggest knock was that he don't shoot threes. But shit, he won 2 games in a row off a buzzer beater 3. You know what I'm saying? It was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was like back-to-back games or they were close in session, whatever. But in all honesty, I think I'm gonna go a little opposite of y'all. I think they are contenders. You know what I'm saying? They're I think to me, they're the Memphis of the East.
Okay. All right, man. So you
Uh,
got
isn't that Dave Morant?
3 pretenders and 1 contender, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Wrap that up next. We're gonna roll right in from there to the MVP talk. You know what I'm saying? And got a few players that may be deserving of that. So we'll start off with you, Shan. What do you think about who's your MVP candidates, man? Front runners.
I mean, of course, Durant's going to be up in there. You're going to have your usual suspects: Durant, Curry, LeBron. But it all depends on where they finish up at. You know what I mean? The Warriors, I still think they're going to take it all. But then you got cats like Tatum coming up. He was tearing them up in Brooklyn tonight. So I say Curry, Durant, Tatum, and LeBron, and then it all depends on how Jay Morant's finishes off, man. Ja Morant's, man. He's pretty explosive. They're talking about who's the new face of the NBA, coming up. It's out of him. Whatchamacallit in Atlanta. I'm gonna mess his name.
Ice Trey.
Yeah, Trey Young.
Sir.
Ice Trey.
You know what I mean? So, definitely he's gonna be in there, but you got the usual suspects, So for me, I don't know, I still think, Curry got snubbed when Durant was with him, and I think Durant felt that way, but like I said earlier, his slump ain't necessarily totally his fault, his team's got to back him up, so it comes down to who can motivate their team the most and elevate their team.
So who you think is a front runner?
It's gonna be Kevin Durant, bro.
Okay.
They high on Kevin Durant and deservedly so, but at the same time, man, I don't know that like where he's at is the best position for him to be the MVP over there with everything that they got going on. But every
All
time,
right, so let's move along to the next. Let's cut that one. That's pretty good. I got you. You got Durant, young architect. Who you got, man?
Shit, my top 3 right now, honestly, is Embiid, Ja Morant, and Jokic. You know what I'm saying? And I think, me being a just pure basketball fan, and just the numbers alone, I think Ja Morant should get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think statistically looking at, and I always bring this up, I think Ja Morant is Derrick Rose 2.0. You know what I'm saying? With a better jump shot.
Yeah.
I think the numbers, you look at the numbers from Derrick Rose MVP year, they're the same age, same year. The Ja Morant's numbers are better. and his team is top 3 in the Western Conference. You know what I'm saying? He is leading that team. You know what I'm saying? I think John Morant should definitely get this MVP. Will he get it? Nah, I think they'll probably give it to Embiid or Jokic. But I think he absolutely, I think he deserves it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you got Ja, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay. Laker Mike, I seen you chomping at the bit, ready to jump in there. You know what I mean? What you got?
But I tell you what, Jokic or whatever, not. They fell flat on their face like a flounder in the playoffs last year when he won that MVP. He should not have won that MVP last year. Joel Embiid should have won that MVP last year, and that's who's going to win that MVP this year. Look what he's doing. He has carried that team even before
Harden got there.
James Harden got over there. That man has carried Philadelphia on his back. Man. So Ja Morant is a great player. He's gonna have to wait a year to get his because I just feel that Joe Embiid not giving it to him for no sympathetic reasons, no, because he earned it.
He's dominating this year for sure. He's
dominating on both sides of the court, both on defense, offense, everything. The man is giving Philadelphia everything he's got. And if Philadelphia is to come out the East, it's going to be because of him. It won't be because of Harden. It's going to be because of Embiid, and he deserves that MVP trophy.
Okay. All right. I'm in agreement with that. I think it's going to be Joel Embiid. I think he's averaging 29.6, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. I mean, he's unstoppable, really. Like in the post, nobody. He's a big dude. Nobody can stop that dude from scoring. But check this out. Look at these numbers. 29.4 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game, and a 54% shooting percentage from the field. Who do you think that is?
Jokic.
No.
Morant?
Nah.
No, don't say it's Curry. It's not Curry.
Nah.
DeRozan?
Y'all forgetting about this. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is y'all forgetting about somebody? Nope.
That's that.
So wait, say the stats again. Say
Kevin Durant.
29.4 a game.
LeBron.
11 rebounds and 6 assists.
Kyle Kuzma.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. You guys.
I don't even know.
It's not Jason Tatum. It's not Tatum.
It's obvious.
It's not Tatum or it's LeBron.
Bruh.
Don't say James Harden.
Let me drop a clue. He's won the MVP before.
Well, that's Durant done won a couple of MVPs. Curry.
LeBron?
He just recently won a title.
LeBron.
Giannis?
Yes. Giannis. This nigga talking
Giannis. He in there. I forgot, but
everybody forgot about him.
We ain't forgot about him, but I just don't think.
He plays in Milwaukee.
That man plays where they make cheese.
Aaron Rodgers plays in Milwaukee. He just won the dang MVP.
But that's Aaron Rodgers.
This is Giannis, man. He won one already and a title. So,
hey.
I mean, I don't think he's going to win it this year, but I'm just saying, don't be surprised if he does. I think it's going to Embiid. But Giannis' numbers are right there with his. You know what I mean? Damn near, actually, Giannis's numbers are better. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides the scoring, Joel Embiid is averaging 29.6. Giannis is 29.4. Same.
Okay.
Rebounds, Giannis 11, Embiid 10. Assists, Giannis 6, Embiid 4. So, you know what I mean? And if Milwaukee is able to, take the Sixers out of the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? It could get tricky.
But no. MVP is for regular season. We ain't talking about the playoffs. MVP is for the regular season.
What if Milwaukee finishes a 1 seed and Philadelphia finishes like a 4 or 5 seed? Then what?
Still give it to Embiid. They gave Russell Westbrook MVP for having you know what I'm saying? Triple-double. Oh, no.
I'm just saying. I'm going with Embiid myself. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Giannis sneaks in there. You know what I mean?
Sneak in the building. He gonna sneak in the conversation, but they're gonna keep him outside.
All right, man. We're gonna move it right along. Oh gosh. I gotta talk about my Cowboys, man. We're gonna get up in here talking about them
Y'all
Releasing
getting
my
everybody them
boy
walking
Amari.
papers, huh?
You want, man, let's see. Architect, you got a little more info. You came in, you texted me some late breaking news on it. So
Man, look,
we'll talk about leave it off. I'll
man,
go
y'all look
after
like
you.
y'all trying to give everybody them walking papers, man. Y'all about to release Amari. Y'all looking at releasing DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm saying, who knows? Don't it won't be surprised if y'all resign Leighton Vander Esch at this point.
Ah, you don't want late. We don't want the tackling Dutchman.
Yeah, you don't want him, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Jerry getting rid of that flavor.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. DeMarcus don't want to take no pay cut, man.
You shouldn't have to. They gave him the money. Nah, a black man. I want to see you get all your chips with dip.
There you go. I like it. Bring it. You know what I mean?
Amari Cooper shit. He's a toss-up, man, because I'm bitter because when he was a Raider, after Michael Crabtree left, he just started dropping everything. So and then he goes to y'all and starts catching everything again, which was hell. But like Amari Cooper's not a bad receiver. I just think y'all want Michael Gallup more. Even though Michael Gallup, he coming off, he about to be coming off that torn ACL, right?
Man, that's damn near like a sprained ankle now. Shit. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
well,
A sprained ankle that you got to sit out a year for.
I think realistically, man, I mean, receiving wise, y'all receiving core is so deep. Obviously, letting go of Amari Cooper, y'all are confident in that receiving room. Don't get me wrong, CeeDee Lamb is a beast. Michael Gallup is a beast. Cedric Wilson showed up in ways that I didn't even know who the hell Cedric Wilson was. You know what I'm saying? I think offensively y'all are okay. But I don't know, man. Letting go of somebody, if y'all really let go of Dexter or DeMarcus Lawrence, that's a big hit on y'all defense.
I'll tell you about that when it comes to me. I'll let you know what the deal is.
I think I love Micah Parsons. I love y'all defense. I think y'all literally are just defensive backs away from making a deep playoff run. You know what I'm saying? But I think because DeMarcus Lawrence too, he's so loved in that locker room. I think y'all release him. I think that's going to be more of a detriment versus y'all losing Amari. Just because what he brings off the field too. You can tell his teammates love him.
See this? These are the scales. This is the scales of justice right here.
Okay.
DeMarcus Lawrence is up here. I'll let you know who's down here. Are you finished with your point?
Oh, I'm finished. Yeah, I'm finished.
You got more. Okay.
No, I'm finished. Yeah.
Let me bite into it a little bit. I think we're going to let DeMarcus Lawrence go. I don't think players should take a pay cut either in the NFL. Like quarterbacks like Tom Brady or who's the other one? Like Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah. Those cats, they take pay cuts. I don't think Aaron Rodgers took
Aaron Rodgers won't. Aaron Rodgers
he ain't taking nothing.
Yeah, he ain't taking no pay cut.
Like Tom Brady, he can afford to take a pay cut because, man, come on, his wife make more money than him, and he makes a lot of money endorsements and all that type of stuff. So he can afford to do that. But as a black man in the NFL where the contracts are not guaranteed for more than a year, bruh, hey, I'm not taking a pay cut for anybody. So
hell no.
DeMarcus Lawrence, more power to you. It's cool, but I know why they asked you to, because they like, we don't have you. We got Randy Gregory, so we ain't tripping. You know what I mean? So
Randy Gregory ain't nowhere near.
But this thing is, you got to choose. I mean, I don't know if Randy Gregory will cost the same as DeMarcus, you know what I mean? But we're going to save $16 million on the cap by cutting or releasing Amari. You know what I mean? And I'm not necessarily mad at that because Amari is not a number one anymore. You know what I mean? At least stat-wise. I don't know, maybe it's our scheme, but, he only has 68 receptions, bro. 68 for 865 yards. 68 receptions, 865 yards, and Cedric Wilson had more yards after the catch than him. He only had 8 touchdowns, man. So it's just not number one receiver numbers. And then on top of that, it's like what scares me is when number two receivers lose the number one, what happens to them? Like Juju Smith-Schuster. He had AB. He had 1,400 yards. He led the team, and he was the offensive player of the year as far as on their team, they voted him
Mhm.
the offensive player of the year, which got AB pissed off. So when AB left, Schuster's career has gone downhill since. And by the way, there's a rumor that the Cowboys may get him. But then also Calvin
That
Ridley.
bitch.
When
Oh,
Calvin
okay.
Ridley had what's his name? Julio Jones.
Julio.
He had numbers. Julio left. Who's Calvin Ridley? You know what I'm saying? So it scares me for CD because CD looks like the man now. But when you have that number one on your back and they double teaming you, then what are you going to do? So that scares me. But I think overall, man, we got so many pieces. I think we'll be fine. You know what I mean? But overall, I agree with releasing Amari Cooper. I mean, even when he is, I don't know. I just don't view him as a number one, man. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know about that whole Calvin Ridley thing, Pops,
Why?
because he had 1,300 yards last year.
When? This year? Last year?
Last year, yeah.
Thought it was some empty yards. I don't know.
No, he had
What was Atlanta?
1,300.
What was Atlanta's records last year?
Same when they had Julio. I don't know, trash.
I was just saying, you know what I mean?
No, I really don't even
You know what
know.
I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
I don't know. What you got, Laker Mike? Or should it be Raider Mike since we're talking football?
We still in basketball mode, so it's all good. But anyway, how I feel about the Amari Cooper thing, I don't think it was so much of Amari Cooper struggling and falling off. The quarterback fell off for real. Your running game fell off. And I think that really, and the so-called your offensive coordinator fell off. That's why the Dallas Cowboys fell off. You know what I'm saying? You could say Amari Cooper. No, your offensive coordinator fell off. Your running game fell off because your coach fell off. But he was so highly committed to throwing the ball more than running that damn football when you got two talented running backs. Regardless if Elliott was running on one leg, you keep the defense honest with running him and the other running back that you guys got. He's pretty Pollard is nice, but you have to use both of them. They complement each other. I just felt that if Dallas would have made a more assertive effort running the damn football, we wouldn't have been talking about them losing to the 49ers because you can't just blame Amari. Amari's still got a lot of good football left in him. Is he a number one still? We don't know. Dak Prescott did not play as good as he played the year before, but before he got injured, because I felt that calf injury, he couldn't drive on that ball. And he was selling passes, and Dak Prescott is usually pretty accurate throwing the football, and he was selling shit here, there, And that's my take on it. I don't think he was truly 100% healthy from that calf. And that's how I feel about with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that it's an Amari Cooper thing, because if you fix that offensive line, and they do have a great offensive line, but the offensive line kind of choppy at the end. They got to keep that offensive line healthy. And if Dallas does that, I don't think. I mean, you could number 70. You're getting rid of Cooper. But number 17, I saw that look pretty good too, that you guys forgetting about. Don't sleep on that number 17 receiver you guys got. If they don't go out and get some more help, he was making plays and he ran after the catch, and he's a big receiver. So I think Dallas is going to be fine. It's just that they just need to get back to Cowboy football, running the ball and then throwing the ball down the field and playing defense and getting turnovers. And as far as DeMarcus Lawrence go, no, I wouldn't take a pay cut. It's all about the money. Like I said, it must be money. Got them gators. The money, So I don't feel that he should take a pay cut, because Randy Gregory is a good player. But can you trust Randy Gregory to stay clean and stay out of trouble?
Hey, he's been clean for like 2 years, Michael.
Well, but can you trust him?
He's like, you can never trust a crackhead.
No, remember, publican, you can't trust.
What you mean? We trust Darren Waller?
No, Darren Waller is fine. No, but what I'm trying to say is this: DeMarcus Lawrence is a better leader, and everybody respects him in that locker. I don't feel that he should have to take a pay cut. Get rid of Vander Ish, and then you won't have to get rid of him.
I don't think they're going to resign him.
No, you let him go. You let Cooper go. Don't mess with DeMarcus Lawrence money. Leave his money alone. Yeah. The man earned that money. Yeah. So that's all I got to say about the Cowboys. I think they'll be fine if they just do that.
Hey, Big Shann, what you got on that one, man?
I agree with everything y'all saying. For me, I said it You know, like Dallas's whole thing was like some of the play calling. You know, you got to have a balanced offense. You know, when Cooper came over there, he was the number one receiver. When he left the Raiders, when he was with the Raiders, he was the number one receiver. He was getting double teamed, and guess what? All of a sudden, Crabtree's stats started going up, right? So to G's point, you go over there, they targeting him. Now Gallup's stats start going up. But if you're not moving the ball on that balanced attack, then they like, oh, you're gonna throw it out of desperation. You're going deep. Let us guess who you're going with. You know, the sprinter. You're gonna throw it to Amari Cooper. You know, and then but it's not necessarily his fault. But you know, they trying to free up some money. I think he'll be 16 million, and he's supposed to get what 20 mil a year for the next 3 years. You know,
Something like that.
And they're just like, bro, you're not really producing for us. Somebody's got to take the blame. You know what I mean? And usually the leadership, they let all the pieces fall before they look at the leaders. You know, I mean, like, shit, Cooper can't go in there and call the plays. You know what I mean? He just has to run the routes and hope that, you know, yeah, he's the number one, you know, the defense ain't covering him or he's open, you know. But if your run game ain't working and you just keep coming with the pass attack, where are we going? Number one? Oh, then the number two. And that's why Gallup stats is, you know, was stepping up. But hey,
CD Lamb.
I mean, CD Lamb, Gallup, you know, all them, bro. If he's near number one and then your 2 and 3 is producing, it's not necessarily his fault. But guess what? We'll take him back at the Raiders. You know what I mean?
No, I'm good.
About to say y'all can have it. But the thing is, I don't think nobody's blaming him. I think it's just a smart business decision. You know what I mean? When you have a cat that's a number one, you pay him. That's how the shit goes. But if you're not a number one and you have at the Cowboys,
they got
Lamb, you go Gallup, you go Wilson. Like Mike said, number 17, his name escapes me right now.
You got
him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, we have a wealth. We have a plethora of receivers. We don't need them.
Right.
No, that's the bottom line. So say Lamb steps up and Lamb becomes a number one. Gallup is a number 2. You know what I mean? Wilson is 3. So their numbers go up. I just think we have a rotation right now to where it's unfortunate for, you know, Amari that we just have a wealth of receivers. You know what I mean?
I totally understand it from a business point of view. You know what I'm saying?
But they all benefited from Amari Cooper, and we're gonna see it.
Yeah, but that was my point, though. That was my point. I understand it from a business point of view, but you know, somebody's got to be the one you come gunning after, right? We was talking about the Warriors earlier. You know, Steph's in a slump. Hey, Steph on the average gets, you know, double, triple team and whatnot. So if there's 2 men on him, 3 men on him, somebody should be open. You know what I mean? So if Steph's in a slump, somebody should be rising to the occasion.
True indeed. True indeed. All right, man. Yep. And we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to go to another NFL topic. We're going to the combine. I know we'll let the architect lead off on this one because, you know, I think you're going to have more information on this than all of us.
Yeah, I was watching the combine real close this year, man. Man, the whole notion, you know, every year athletes get bigger, faster, stronger. That shit showed out a lot this year. They had there's kind of a debacle with the receiver 40 times, like between their unofficial times and their official times, they were so off. It's like, how could you even read some of these? Or how'd you even get these times? Like I was showing my pops the other day. There's this one receiver, and they had him clocked at a 4.3. But if you play it in slow-mo, his foot crosses the line and it says 4.03.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And even if you watch it in real time, you see they don't stop the clock till a couple of steps after he finishes running. So either that man is really that fast, ran a four flat.
What is his name?
Well, I know who you're talking about.
Kevin Austin, I want to say. Kevin Austin.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I thought it was that one dude because somebody ran a 4.26.
Chris Olave.
Olave run the 4.26.
Yeah, Olave.
No, there was the one dude that what his name is. He officially ran. They said he ran the fastest time, but like you said, they got confused.
It was a 4.21. He ran a 4.21.
4.21.
I know exactly
yeah.
who you're talking about. Yeah. And then they switched it to like a 4.26 or some shit like that.
Right.
And I was just like, how do you get these times so that wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that right there, that was a hell of a sight to see.
Isn't it all supposed to be electronic?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So,
say Putin messing with the electronics.
I know. And then shit. What's the other day? No, I think yesterday was the defensive lineman, and you know that big boy from Georgia, 6'6", Davis.
Yeah,
man ran a 4.7 4.78.
4.7 what?
4.78 or 4.72, something like that.
4.78, 341 pounds.
6'6", moving. You know what I'm saying? And even him, that was a crazy sight to see. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, how the hell someone that damn big run that damn fast?
That's what you call a boogie monster.
Yeah, you know. And then they had this other D lineman. He ran a 4.3.
He ran a 4.32 or something like that.
4.33, I think. Yeah, 4.33
or 4.33.
Like,
that's a
man. These cats are being created in a lab, man. This is 200. That's crazy.
He was like 250 something pounds, 260, almost 260.
60. I think he's
that is crazy.
Moving like that.
He gonna kill a quarterback if you get to him.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't even put me in the stance, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna put it a little bit on speed dial.
Yeah, my fault. I got caught up.
Oh, it's all good. Later, Mike. Laker Mike. Say what you got on it, man. Know you got a little combine news.
Well, he already done pretty much. Me and him done watched basically the same thing. Me and G was studying. We already was watching. Me and G was watching the combine. I was watching some Friday. I watched it Saturday for about an hour. So my take on it is a lot of talent there, but I was mostly impressed with Malik Willis, that quarterback, a Liberty quarterback. Yeah. Man, they was trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first quarterback taken." I know Pickett, they like Pickett, but they talking about the man's hands. I'm like, well, damn, what's wrong with
his hands? Too small.
What's wrong with your partner's hands? But anyway, I'm gonna say he's a good quarterback. He may be the most pro-ready made because all the starts he had, but that Malik Willis guy got the most upside. And he can throw the rock. He can throw with touch. He can throw the deep ball. I watched what he did. He didn't run his 40, so he didn't have to. But I think if he's not the,
you already know he's athletic.
He's athletic. He's smart.
They said the Steelers already got their eye on him too.
And he's a dog. He's a big quarterback. He only 6 feet and some change.
He's 220 though.
225, 230, whatever. But it's good size. But the thing was he got it all. I mean, from seeing what I saw, I like that. And Olave looked good. And there's a couple other receivers that ran fast 40 times too. But we ain't got time for all that. But anyway, that was now the defense end thing. I still like that guy from Michigan is good, but I still think
Hutchinson. Yeah.
But Thibodeau or whatever that guy from Oregon, is it
Thibodeau?
Yeah. He's nice.
That dude from Oregon is scary.
Yeah, I like him.
I still think he's the best defense end in the draft. I still think not just because of his skin complexion, because what I've seen and from what I've seen in the combine workout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he's the best defense end in the draft. And then that other guy from Michigan, they got 2 good defense ends in Michigan. Yeah. So that's
it. Rush in too.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's
what's the name? Hatcher or some shit like that?
Yeah, they got 3. They
got another one too. It's like some African dude.
Yeah, the African dude. That's the one that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got pieces. You know what I'm saying?
This draft is
what you got on it, man.
I ain't got much, man. Like that Jordan, whatchamacallit, that was hella impressive, And then I heard about Pickett and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to check in. I got a life too. No, I'm just playing, but
what you talking about?
Huh?
What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean you got a life? Who are you talking about?
That's what G said earlier. He sound like
What is it
Shann.
with you?
I'm,
What is it
Hey,
with me?
I'm alluding
Well,
don't
to.
put me in the mix, man. You know what I'm
We got
saying?
ice cream too.
Like your battles. He's like, that man was like, hey, Rob, Greg's upstairs. He has some candy too.
Hey, we got ice cream. Hey, I got
Tell the
ice cream in
police
the
Greg's
basement.
tell
Hey,
the
we got
police
ice cream.
Greg's upstairs.
Hey, we got ice cream in
But
the
I
basement.
didn't really get a chance to watch it, so I checked the little highlights and shit,
Okay,
but
just say that.
that's what I said.
Yeah, without my name.
And
But
also, you have ice cream in the basement.
Anyway, let
you
me
want to hit
get my
people
little thing on it,
again.
man. You know me, I like quarterback play. I like looking at the quarterbacks, whatever. And I watch more college football than you cats live. I mean, like, when they're actually playing. So I've been knew about Malik Willis because he played for Liberty. Liberty, they put them in kind of the same category as Coastal Carolina. Those two teams would like battling for prominence amongst the second tier of college football. You know what I mean? Then you got Kenny Pickett at Pitt. He played good in big games. Sam Howell, he was up and down. When he got hot, he was the type of quarterback that could take a team down the field like this and they could score at will. North Carolina had a fast-paced offense. And then another one I would look at with like who's going to look good on paper, but not necessarily to me with the eye test. That's all that is Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter has the size. He has the arm. But I watched him play at Cincinnati. You know, Cincinnati, they had a good year this year, but they had a good team. They had a great defense.
Boy, that cornerback. Ooh.
Yeah, they had great defense.
I do name
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, all sauce. Yep. I was about to say they had a great defense, and Ritter, he's a good leader. But NFL, I see him maybe at tops a good second string quarterback. You know what I mean? I don't see him being a leader and leading the team anywhere. You know what I mean? I can't see him guiding the team. But Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett are going to be the cream of the crop of this draft. When it
Don't
comes
forget
to
about Corral. Don't sleep on Corral either.
Man, I watched Corral. He played for Ole Miss. I watched him play, man. I'm not really impressed. You know what I'm saying?
He's athletic, though.
He's athletic, but he's okay. You know what I'm saying? He maybe if the right coordinator gets a hold of him, he could bring out the best of him. But shit, man, he had your boy, who was your ex-coach for the Raiders that had Janikowski kicking a 70-yard field goal.
Yeah, that idiot.
That
Lane
dumbass.
Kiffin. Lane Booty Sniffing Kiffin.
Yeah, that was
Booty
his head coach.
Sniffing Kiffin.
Man, so you know he was a Heisman candidate early on in the year, but he just fell off because of his play. You know, Corral, he was a dark horse for the Heisman, but it never panned out. So I say watch out for Pickett. I think he's going to be a solid NFL quarterback. And Willis, he has the potential to be a dynamic NFL quarterback. He's going to be a good quarterback, but he has the potential to go to that next level because he's smart. He makes good decisions. He's athletic, but he's a quarterback. Or as Vince Young would say, he's a quarterback. He plays the position well.
Imagine him on the Steelers.
That's what I'm saying.
They better pick him.
It could happen.
Changing of the guards. That old Mason Rudolph can't do it.
Yeah, he ain't it.
It could happen. You know what I mean? And we're going to stick with the NFL for a little longer and just see, get you guys' take on them suspending all COVID mandates that they had. No more masks, no more sitting out if you're positive, none of that. Just no more mandates.
If you test positive, you don't sit out?
I mean, you sit out, but it's not like it's no different.
5 days. It's only like 5 days. Right?
It don't matter whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. There's no differentiation. So,
gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Big Shann, what you think about that, man?
It's all BS, man. You know what I mean? Like at one point they want to hold players accountable for not following protocol, and then Aaron Rodgers, he's not vaccinated, but he's done something, he's done his research and the golden boy, whatever the case is.
He's inoculated.
Yeah, whatever the case is. But they're like, we talked offline, everybody's going to get COVID, whether you're vaccinated or whatnot. Like the mission's been accomplished, it's not as big as a threat anymore. And especially to younger cats, I don't think anybody in the NFL has died from COVID. You know what I mean? So they're just like, it's kind of getting in the way of our scheme of things. And, we need to fill seats. Them good old boys got to make their money, man, when it come down to it, man. And I think the whole COVID thing was kind of getting in the way of things. And they're like, hey, what's the whole point? We followed the guidelines for damn near 2 years, and we could say we did what we need to do. So now we can move on, because a lot of states are moving away from the mask mandates. Even if you're even if you're vaccinated and you got COVID, people are like, oh, as long as you sit out 3 or 5 days, it's no longer 2 weeks of being quarantined and whatnot. So it was only obvious that the NFL will follow suit because it fits their advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Smoke a bag of that. You know what I'm saying? Laker Mike, what do you think on that?
Well, I just think it's like this to me, why the NFL is doing that, because they know now that it's that all the reason where they've been told that it's all good now. It's going to be just like getting the flu. So now you guys don't have to have this mandate. Somebody's told them. They've done some research, Gregory. It just wasn't just done just for the hell of it. They've got, that scare of this, the way it was at the beginning. Now it's starting to get smaller and smaller. They opening up everything. And I believe that it's just going to be like getting the flu shot now. You're just going to be going to get flu shots. And I don't think that's my take on it. I think that's why the NFL really done it, because, and the money, it's about the money too, because remember during the season, at the end of the season, like last 3 games, they was just it was COVID galore. It was going crazy, right? Soon as the playoffs started, not near player had COVID. Now, that's a damn lie that ain't nobody. You mean to tell me none of them fools had COVID in the playoffs and the Super Bowl? Shit, they had to hit that shit like a mother. Say, you got COVID, just keep your mouth closed. Don't breathe on nobody. Damn. It was about the money in the playoffs, Greg. That little COVID shit, they probably was isolating people on the under. They was isolating fools on the under. They wasn't saying damn shit. They was like, now to get that now, Amari, you go there to go and you're going, where you go in quarantine for 5 days? Come on back now.
Hey, what was that team that damn near the whole team was had COVID?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. So how do you think?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on. That's all. This is all boils down to money. Is why, Greg. And then that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it short. But do you agree with what I'm saying? I mean, with some of the point that I'm making, and I just think that why is it now? But when the playoffs came, we didn't hear. It was like you could hear cotton ball drop. Wasn't nothing going on. Was it?
That's
at least one of the baby sister's cousins should have got COVID. It would have been on there.
I mean, that's
one of the players' baby cousins.
Man, I don't even have much to say on it besides like both of you guys said already. Just follow the money, man. That's all it is. I mean, I'm sure they did the analytics when those games took place where players were out because of COVID and all that, freaking ratings down and all that bullshit. They're like, And plus, people probably wasn't showing up to the games like they would show up to if they know the star players ain't playing or half the team ain't there. What a big thing was, remember?
No, wait, one thing. Before you stop, let me just say one thing. Now, just correct me if I'm wrong. Vegas said we'll get this year. Just let us get our money this year. You guys can get y'all's next year.
You know what I'm saying? And with that said, it's funny because I think that Raiders-Browns game was a tipping point in that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That game was supposed to be on was that the Saturday game? Maybe, I'm not sure.
I think it was
supposed to be Saturday. It was supposed to be a
Saturday
Saturday
game.
It got moved to like Tuesday, right?
And when Baker Mayfield complained because half his team couldn't play because of the damn COVID, I remember the Browns was favored -3 for the game. And when all them Browns was missing, it went to the Raiders like -4. Then all the Browns came back. It was a Browns -2. So Vegas is just like they're winning either way. People are betting both sides. If 50% is betting on this side and 50% betting on this side, Vegas wins. So I think they were like, you know what? Like Mike said, Vegas is like, let us get our money this year, and then next year you can go back to normal.
That's that old baby boy shit. NFL is like, Mama got to have a life too, Jody.
You know what I'm saying?
Mama
Man,
got to get her nut too.
they got their paper on this one, man. But like you said, now next year it's just like, all right, we back to normal. All right, cool. You know what I mean? Architect, what you got on it?
Shit, not much, man. I mean, shit, maybe I'll catch me a football game this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but realistically, man, we all know the NFL ain't nothing but a big conglomerate, man. They see dollars, they don't see players, they don't see coaches, they don't see no, they just see
the money.
They see dollar signs.
Let's see the money.
And Roger Goodell does a hell of a job at generating money for the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Shit, that's it, man. More power to him, I guess. Yeah.
Look, it's so crazy, man, because the least popular sport is baseball. And since we've been doing our sports fan talk rather than football fan talk about baseball both weeks. We're gonna wrap it up with baseball this week. That's why a precursor, you know what I mean? And it's funny because we were all baseball players in our younger age, but it's funny how now baseball is nothing to like the African American males. You know what I mean?
I think I have the last generation of like a decent amount of black baseball players.
We are X from the game. And one thing I'm going to integrate into the show is every single week, man, we're going to say a little something about that because I always had this thing where MLB, if they want to have more fans, if they want to have a bigger viewership and more participation, they got to get the American brothers in the game, man. It's bottom line. We are the straw that stirs the drink that game.
Like right now, yeah. I mean, right now, all we really got is representation is off the top of my head. I think of Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is the same one I was about to say.
This is the thing. Mookie Betts is the cream of the crop. There are a few. I used to keep track. I forget the brother's name for the Pirates, man. And I'm not talking about McCutcheon.
I know you're talking about Jack. What's his name? What is his name? I know who you're talking about.
His name good.
Jack something. He's good. His Jack. Whatever. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's good. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because we got to be more exceptional than even the Dominican players. We got to be more exceptional than we used to have to be more exceptional than the white ones, but now it's the Dominican ones too. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. We're gonna get there. I'm thinking ahead of myself because now all we want to talk about is MLB canceling games. I'll lead it off because on this one, MLB, they're going to cancel the first two series of the season because they haven't come to an agreement yet. Some of the things they're not coming to an agreement on, or they are trying to come to an agreement on, is just paying the younger players more. You know, so MLB has agreed to up the minimum salary from like $570,000 to $700,000 for younger players. You know what I'm saying? The bonus pool, they're going to put in like $30 million to pay players more money, and then 33% of this is going to go through 2/3 of the players. So they're trying to give the younger players more money. You know what I'm saying? Some of the other things that they're having issues with on the lockout, I'm not familiar with because, like I said, baseball, I want to get back into it because I always had a love for it. You know what I mean? I still will take my family to an A's game. You know what I mean? It's still a fun thing to do, but I got to see some more brothers on that field, man. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the canceling games, Shan, what you think about it?
Man, I think it's corporate America, at its finest. Why not give them cats a meal ticket, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is $1 million nowadays if you a billionaire and a trillionaire, whatever the case is, right? Then the other thing is like they're canceling the games and the players aren't getting paid. So that's gonna make them want to rush back to the negotiating table. You know what I mean? The owners ain't tripping. They got their money. You know what I mean? But if I'm sitting back and me and you in a disagreement, but I'm paying your salary and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna table this until we figure it out, but I'm not gonna pay you. Who's gonna be quicker to come back to the table and take less concessions? You know what I mean? So it's like big pimping, corporate shit back at its finest, you know, because we can have cops do erroneous things and get suspended with pay, but we can't sit back and let these cats who are out there playing the game, making you money and trying to say, hey, this contract ain't right, but you can't pay them, you can't give them some kind of concessions, but you want to sit back and be like, you know what, we'll just cancel some games and you're not going to get paid. It's like, come on, man. Let's stop all that, man. Let's let it be what it is. Let's be men of honor and be like, look, I'm playing the game, so just pay me fair. You know what I mean?
They got to pay them rookies.
Yeah, pay them. Why
fair.
not? Like,
they have to be paid fair. And the minor league players need to be paid fair, more money. And that's what the whole argument is about.
If you sat back and told those rookies, hey, you know, instead of 750,000, we'll give you a meal ticket. What is 250,000 to an owner? It's nothing. It's nothing, bro. You know what I mean? But the point of it is it's like, you ain't gonna tell me how to run my team. You gonna play for me, boy. You know, that type of mentality. And it's like, come on, man. Let's be real, because we are, as Black people, as Black men, we're used to dealing with less and making more out of it. So give us a meal ticket. Let us feel good about ourselves. Let us have them 7 digits, man. Come on, man. It ain't much.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. What you got on that one, Laker Mike?
Well, how I feel about them playing and losing games. So really that's like that. You know, when I say that is because I'm giving you a little example, like when Eddie Murphy was doing Raw, and he said, "Yeah, Ed, Michael Jackson is mad at you for saying this thing." I said, "So." I love Michael Jackson, God rest his soul, but I'm just saying it's like, because I can whoop his, you know. So these owners, I mean, the owners don't care about those little games. They trying to. It's bigger than what we think it is.
Oh, of course, they play long ball.
It's because look, the players who've already making them a lot of money, they not tripping off and missing them games. It's the ones who's suffering are the minor league players and those rookies is coming in because they ain't getting paid until these bats got to start swinging, these balls got to start crossing the plate. You know.
Yeah.
And if them balls ain't crossing the plate and these bats ain't swinging, hey, my pocket ain't swinging. You know, he might have that little young cute girl that's on his, waiting on some of that money. You know, and he got that. You're gonna just step to the next fool or who already getting paid. But anyway, my point is this, like you said, Greg, it's hard for me to really get into baseball because of the, like I said, I want to see some more people that look like me. I need to see more Black players playing because we have a lot of
American FBA
Americans, not from Dominican.
Foundational Black Americans, FBA.
But no disrespect to the Dominican players or Dominican brothers. I
love them too, though.
But I want to see some real, you know what I'm gonna say it. Double G playing Major League Baseball because we got the swag. We're the ones that put them butts in the seats, and we can make all the plays that them other players can't not make. And that's my thing. And the A's, I love my A's. Boy, I love my A's, but damn it, when we gonna have some color out there? You go blind going to damn A's game. You know what I'm saying? You mess around trying to look for somebody Black out there. You mean looking at the damn the not the fence, but you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm gonna just call it. I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna keep it real 100 about the A's. Where is the Black players at? Since I'm just trying to tell you, since '89 when we had Dave Parker, Dave Henderson, Ricky Henderson, what happened to that? But then
Dave Stewart,
Dave Stewart, the A's had the most Black players.
They got Reggie Jackson,
but that's
back in the day.
That's back in the day. But what I'm trying to say is my point is we need more Black players to represent Major League Baseball. We need the A's, like I'm saying, A's. There are some good Black players. You had Chris Davis or whatever. You got rid of him. He's Black.
Yep.
And then he hit 40-something home runs. Where'd he go to? What team did he go to? Texas or was it Toronto? He went to Texas. Or one of them, was it Toronto? And had
Simeon went to Toronto.
No. You know what? No, Simeon.
Yep. Marcus Simeon.
That man was a damn near Gold Glove
47
finalist or some shit.
And the A's got rid of him. But what I'm trying to say,
what I'm saying.
The A's, I'm not gonna say nothing. Do we have any little bit of racism here? Or
But you know what's funny to your point,
In
Raider
the-
Mike?
in the heart of East Oakland, though. That
Right,
stadium
we're
is
in the heart,
of East Oakland.
we're in the heart of East Oakland, cross from 6-9 Village. There ain't no black players.
Hey, but you know what?
6-9 Village gonna get a sack. You know what I'm
What's funny
saying?
to your point, Mike, is that like all them little like the Switzers, all them players that they bank on, the little white boys and whatnot, they go sign contracts with the Yankees and whoever,
Rings.
and no, they peter out after a while though. You know
They
what I'm
do.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before we
like-
go into that, we're gonna let Architect get his point off, man.
But
He ain't said nothing off.
that's what I'm saying. You shortstopped me a little bit, but that's all right. Go ahead, Young G.
Nah, honestly, man, I don't care that the MLB is canceling games because I'm not missing out on nothing. But alluded to all y'all points. If there is a player or players, I should say, that I could really resonate with, then I'll really probably be more bummed. Like at the NBA, like when the NBA had a lockout, I was bummed as hell. I love basketball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sure when the NFL had their lockout, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of just like, it was kind of different because you're a little bit more invested. As someone who's not necessarily a baseball fan at this particular point, don't get me wrong, I'll still go to a game, I'll watch a game, but I'm not like totally invested in it because I know at the end of the day, from the outside looking in, MLB don't care about people who look like me, so why am I care about them? You know what I'm saying?
It. Young Rebel. I love it.
That's an interesting point. That is good.
So rock and roll coming like a rhino. Who's that, G? Who is that?
You don't know who that is, Gregory.
Umo D.
Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Come on, that's Chuck D. I'm about to say you don't know that.
Who's your son, man?
Remember
My
young Gregory.
son.
Gregory, he's young. Gregory, he don't know nothing about Chuck D.
I really don't.
But I told him, Michael. I told him.
You thought you did.
He don't
I
know.
told
He ain't
I'm gonna have to go grab the vinyl,
That's
man.
who
My
I am.
ways
The
of time.
enemy's public.
It's all
They really
good,
give a
man.
damn. You know.
Y'all can send me all the playlists, all the songs.
My
bro.
98
come on,
is
man.
straight,
I was
man.
listening
Okay.
to that this morning working out. Yes, the rhythm, the
Oh, you
rebel,
did?
without a
Oh, you
pause.
did?
I'm lowering my level. Come on,
Please,
G.
but
That nigga's
about as far back as I go in hip hop, I'll go back to about EPMD and KRS-One. I got you. That's about it.
Hey, man, you know,
That's kind of the same era.
Eric B. and Rakim, actually. There you go.
I was
I
about
know
to say,
that.
it's
same
the
era,
same,
bro.
and that's
Yeah.
before.
Oh, Big Daddy
Eric B.
Kane.
Rakim was
See,
before
look.
Chuck D.
See, Big Daddy
Right.
Kane, like them.
That's before
them-
Chuck D.
Way
Again,
before that,
I
bro.
Chuck D.
never listened to Chuck D. Never.
Nah, that's not true, man. You was listening to that riding in that car from here to Stockton, brother. Let me tell you
Nope.
now.
You know what I remember listening to in Stockton? I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. I remember
that's
listening
a song,
to
though.
Eric B. You know what I'm saying? I remember listening to that. It's certain songs that just stick with me. And Chuck
That's
D,
the one that resonates with you, though, bro.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
You know what I
You know what I'm
mean?
saying? I didn't instill that rebellious spirit in you yet. You was on the smooth Rakim tip.
Because you had to hear Fear of a Black Planet. You had to hear the X Clan. You had to. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I heard the X Clan, yeah. Sure,
How you hear the
yeah.
X Clan and you don't hear?
That's what I'm saying. You know Chuck D. 'Cause they
That's
came after
crazy.
him.
I don't know.
You heard it. It just didn't stick with you because Chuck was a little unorthodox with his little
I
rhyme.
was like, boy, because I know you heard, let me tell you about Black.
But the Grand
Grits and
Verbalizer
cornbread.
passed
How
away.
can you act?
Yeah.
Didn't he
See,
pass away?
I can't tell. I can't talk about it. I can't.
Didn't he pass away, the Grand Verbalizer?
Yeah, he did.
He said the grass, the birds, the grass, the trees. That food had was deep though. I'm talking about the honey. The
Jay,
bees,
bro,
the
brother
trees.
Jay.
Nah, he's still alive. Funkin' Lesson, Brother Jay,
I'm
he's
saying
alive.
Brother Jay was
But,
one of the
he's
first
still alive.
brothers that had a nose
Whatchamacallit?
ring,
The
dude.
one is yes. Once again, I come back.
That's a
With
Grand
that, man.
All
Verbalizer.
right.
But I'm saying, Brother
I'ma
Jay
get
was
on it.
one of the first rappers that had a nose ring like Ezekiel Elliott had, bro.
Yep.
Man, check it.
Yes, it looks like we might
All
have to have a spinoff show from time to time, man.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
all good, man.
But
Put
for
me
now,
on
we're
game.
gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna let you fellas sign off. Get to it.
All right, this is Raider Mike about to sign off, sign out. MLB, get some color in your life. It will be all right.
Yeah, man, this is Big Shann, man. Stop pushing corporate America down our throat, man. Play them young cats MLB, man. They deserve it, man. It ain't nothing to you to put some money in their pocket where these cats will really appreciate it and you'll appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, it's the architect out here. Make the MLB black again, man.
Ah, I like that.
Like for
I
real.
like that. Yes, and
Let's just
I
put a little.
am
We just need a little color in there. Just a little
Yeah,
color.
Just a little
just a little
splash.
bit, little splash, and I am Big G. And thanks again for joining us for another week. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I am in accordance with my brothers, MLB. Let's get some brothers on the field if you want to get your ratings back up.
Let me tell you about blackness.
Peace. 2 fingers. All right.
Yeah,
Until
y'all.
next week.
Like this.